have bell ringers, number 3 and number 4. And number 3 is a concept we've probably talked about a little and you've seen before. Number 4 may be pretty new to you, so you're going to want to pay some attention. So in number 3, we're looking at whether our sentence that we have is a sentence, a fragment, or a run-on. Remember, a sentence has to contain a complete thought. It has to be able to work as an independent clause. We identified those in the last couple weeks. A fragment, however, does not have that. It's missing either a subject or a verb or a complete thought. So what it asks us to do in the exercise is to write an S if the word expresses a sentence, an independent clause, or an F if it's a fragment because it's missing something. And I want to go over a couple of examples with you. So for instance, look at this one I have over here. Dripping on the rug. Dripping on the rug. What's dripping on the rug? Who's dripping on the rug? Is there a leak from the ceiling? Did the dog just come in out of the rain? Did somebody just come in from going swimming? What's happening? Clearly, in this case, we are missing a subject, so that makes this a fragment. Okay? Groceries were needed. Groceries are our subject, our thing. What happened? They were needed. We could use more of an idea, but it truly is a complete thought, so this one would be a sentence. So you're going to go in on the exercise and you're going to mark the 4 of them and tell us which ones are fragments, which ones are sentences. Okay? The next part, analogies. Analogies, I know my students have seen a few times. I don't know how much Mrs. McKnight's students have seen them, but I'll talk you through them a little bit here. So what happens in an analogy is you're looking for the relationship between pairs of words. And so you see this funny punctuation with a colon and a double colon here. So if we want to read that as a sentence, it would say, I could have the colon here and it would say dog, colon, doghouse, but that means dog is to doghouse as, there's our double colon, fish is to. So what we have to figure out, what's the relationship between a dog and a doghouse? Well, a dog lives in a doghouse, can. So now we have to look for something that pairs with fish and is the same relationship. So where does a fish live? You could say pond, you could say aquarium. There's a couple of options there we can put in, right? We could put in either of those. Okay? So again, we are looking for the relationship. We find a relationship in the first pair of words in an analogy, and then we're given half of a second set of words, and we're looking to create that same relationship. So if we go in here and look at our problem, our exercise we were given today, it tells us height is to altitude as upset is to. And our choices are reset, perplexed, grandiose, and monarchy. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. We're throwing some vocab at you here. You've got to know what those words mean. Okay? So do a little looking if you have to for that. I'll give you a clue. Altitude, usually when we hear that, we talk about a plane flying at a certain altitude. That might give you a big clue as to the relationship between height and altitude. Okay? They are what? Synonyms. Okay? So now we have to go and find a synonym for upset and figure out which one of A, B, C, or D are the best choice. And then you're going to go in and underline the correct answer. Okay?